Hello Poppets and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, subscribe for the magical stuff and creativity and just because I'm a legend. So over Christmas I got quite creative. I had a bit of time on my hands, I had some time off work and I got creative. And it all started with pistachio nutshells. Those of you that have been with me for a while know how my mind works. I see things and see art for some strange reason, but I'm not mad about that. So pistachios are a favourite nut of mine and the shells gave me this fantastic idea. So in this one obviously we've got a bit of foliage, bit of grass and a toadstool in there. Now I am thinking of actually turning it into a pin badge. On the back I will put a pin. And then I also made a little ghost with a pumpkin. Now the toadstool, the grass, the pumpkin and the ghost are all made out of clay that I did, oven baked clay. And I actually put them in the shell into the oven. So I got everything sorted into the shell and put it in the oven as it is because, well, the shells, it's kind of a risk really, I just guessed it, but the shells were fine. When you use oven baked clay, the oven is on a lower temperature, a lot lower than you put your food on. So it just means you can put some materials in the oven. And pistachio nut shells is one of them. Is it wood? Is that right? Because I know I can put like most wood in the oven when I'm doing it. Is it wood? It feels like a wood. I don't know. So after doing that, I thought I need a bigger shell. Something a bit bigger to work with so that I can do something a bit more detailed. So then I took to one of my favourite places, Pinterest. And Pinterest, oh my days, people are so creative. The walnuts that I saw on there were just, some of them absolutely fantastic. And I've got it's just given me so much inspiration and I've got so many ideas now. So far I've made 5, but I guarantee I will make hundreds more because I am now obsessed. I haven't actually made them in a while and my plan is the next time that I make one to actually do it in a video and show you how I do them. But I am going to have to wait till I've got a bit of time off work to do it. When I do a DIY, it sometimes doesn't take me long, obviously depending on what the project is, but no matter what DIY it is, when I'm filming it, it takes me a lot longer. And when I get stuck into a DIY, I can't leave it alone, so I'll end up having late nights. So I'm best waiting till work calms down for me again at the minute, and then I will do an actual video of me doing one of these. But I am going to show you and talk you through what I did. And these are really cool, and yeah, they're really cool. I made these. Legend. Okay, so I've just randomly picked one up. So we've obviously, this is it. I have put a couple on social medias on Instagram and I think I did put them as shorts on the channel as well. Yes, I'm sure I did. Yes, I did. So obviously, as you can see, there's a split down the walnut. I cut the walnut straight down the middle. You can do it with a knife. I will show you both ways that I have done this. It does take a little bit of time and a bit of patience because obviously you don't want to crack the shell because they are hard, but they're also fragile at the same time if you catch it wrong. And doing this, I have broke 2 already out of 7. So that's not too bad, but it happens. But you can use a knife, or I have got, and I did buy this specifically for this, it's a Dremel drill. It takes me a bit to say that. I can't say it fast. And it comes with attachments and it has a mini sort, like circular saw. It's really, really tiny. It's all miniature. It's awesome. And I used that on here and it stinks. Walnuts smell when you cut them open with a saw. I don't even like walnuts. I haven't thrown the walnuts though. Walnut lovers, do not come at me. I've given them to my mum because she's going to do a walnut recipe cake thing. I don't know. So with a saw, I cut down the middle and then I have to put a hinge on the back. I did look up some people's walnuts and how they did the hinges. A lot of people were using E6000 or E600. I have the glue and I always get mixed up. It's E6000, I think. E6000 sounds right. You're probably going to tell me I'm very wrong. Now, I used the E6000 glue. I used super glue. I used so many different glues and none of it worked for me. I don't know why it's working for these other people, but I took to resin. So all I did was put my hinges on the back, well, put a bit of resin on the shell, lined it up, tape it. Again, I will do a video showing you the process of how I do it, but I tape it, line it up, tape it with masking tape, and then I put just a bit of resin on each shell, put my hinge on, cure it, UV resin, should have said that. Cure it under my UV light and then put resin on the top as well, and it opens absolutely fine. Absolutely fine, and I've had no problems, and that is awesome because, like I said, none of the glues worked. Now the first one I'll show you isn't Harry Potter related, the rest are, but this is just the first one I had to like just happen to pick up. So we've got some trees in the background, we've got a gravestone and a little ghost. Some of you might be thinking, Susie, your channel is magical, why is this the complete opposite and about death? Because I've got another YouTube channel and I go ghost hunting on it. And this is why. So the tree trunks in the back are actually just matchsticks painted brown. I have got some, I never can say it, is it that I used? Yeah. At the bottom behind the gravestone and the ghost we've got lichen, I can never say it, but that stuff. And then up here it's proper model stuff. I'm not very good at this, am I? Again, I will do a video and show you. The clay, the clay ghost is made out of clay. The ghost and the gravestone are made out of clay. And I did actually batch make these, and I've got a little box. Again, I will show you when I will show you everything I have. I batch made a few things like some teeny tiny pumpkins, some really tiny toadstools, ghosts, gravestones. I just batch made a load because obviously when you're working with oven baked clay you don't want to turn your oven on for a couple of miniature tiny things, so obviously yeah, you sort of like do a batch. So I did a batch and I've got them all in this box and they've got separators in, so I've got my ghosts, my gravestones, my toadstools, my pumpkins, just for future if I need them for these. And I do actually need to make more of these ones because I have interest in them. Let's get on to the magical ones, shall we, because that's what you guys want to see. Okay, again, I don't know which one I've picked up, so let's have a look. Okay, so this is actually my most recent one. So again, obviously cut the walnut in half. I'm not going to go through that all again. I put the hinge on and then we got to work. Now I've put shelving in this, which you'll see in a second. The shelving is made out of cardboard, which you will probably notice anyway. Everything else inside is made out of clay. Was a pain to make, but this is inspired by a shop that we all love. Well, I'm assuming we all love it. If you don't love it, then I don't understand why, because it's very colourful and magical and funny. Can you guess what it is yet? Weasley Wizard Wheezes. So I had a go at making the world's smallest decoy detonator. I had deluminator in my head. It's not a deluminator, but it wouldn't leave my head. Decoy detonator. I have made a larger version of that. It's on the channel somewhere in the DIY playlist. You'll have to go see how that was made. So we've got some chattering teeth up here. I'm really hoping you can see this okay. It's so hard because they're miniature. We've got a love potion and some pygmy puffs. So with the shelves, I just cut to size and glued it in with, is it tacky glue? It's very sticky PVA glue. So when you're working with small things, PVA glue is great because it takes a bit to dry, so you can move things around. And obviously the smaller the things are, you're going to need to move it about a bit. Hot glue is too much for this. Oh yeah, I did try hot glue with a hinge as well, that didn't work. But this PVA glue, again, you will see it because I will use it when I do a DIY of this on camera. It's so sticky. Like it's not at first, but it doesn't take long to get sticky and hold things into place. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And then I did the blow up, is it a blow up hand? It's a glove, sorry, it's a glove, isn't it? The Weasley's snack box. We've got the ears. I tried so hard to do them. It's so hard again to do miniature. We've got some steps going upstairs there, a nice little ladder. And right down here, I tried my best. It's meant to be a sneaker scope. So obviously the base of it here is clay. Now that at the top, obviously because it has like a glass dome on it, it's just a dot of resin. When you're working with miniatures, again, it's really hard. It's so fiddly. And it just, I was just going to say I've got sausage fingers, but it's so tiny, your fingers are too big. I'd need like a bow truckle. A bow truckle would probably be the perfect size to make things like this. But this one was very fun to make. It is one of my favourite shops in the Wizarding world. Above quite a lot, oh god. There's so many shops I love in the Wizarding world, but there is another shop in this pile. Can you guess what it is? Those of you that know me might be able to guess, but it kind of goes side by side with my favourite shop with Weasley Wizard Wheezes, definitely. Now I don't know if this is that shop. I've just picked another walnut up. Let's open. It is! What a guess. So I did Honeydukes. So we've just got a range of sweets in here. The paint that I've used in the Weasley Wizard Wheezes and obviously in this is just acrylic paint. If you can see right at the back of here and here, there are chocolate frogs. They are made out of clay and I cannot take credit for them. My sister made them. She's been making teeny tiny frogs and I think I'd get quite cross trying to make them, and she knew I was doing this sort of thing and she said, do you want some chocolate frogs? Yes, please. So that obviously inspired me to do Honeydukes. And obviously we've got some lollies, we've got some fudge. We do have jelly beans dotted about everywhere. And we do also have somewhere in there, I think they're up here, jelly slugs. But there's so many different sweets, I can't even think. Let me have a look. Yeah, we've got fudge, chocolate frogs, lollipops, jelly beans and jelly slugs. But this was another very, very fun but fiddly make. Let's move to the next one. Okay, I've looked at this one first. This was the very first one that I made and I fell in love with it, which made me just carry on. I thought this is me. This is what I'm going to enjoy doing from now on. So this was the first one I made and it is the world's tiniest Niffler inside a treasure trove cave. So at the back of this one I did put a pistachio nut just to add a bit of depth in the back and a bit of character. We've got, oh god, they shine, look at them jewels. The Niffler's got hold of coins. The Niffler I did make out of clay. Yes, I did make the Niffler. I'm quite proud of him. And then the coins, the yellow coins, are just made out of clay too. I am not picking my nose, I have an itch. We've got some chain, we've got some little jump rings there that I've used as bits, like maybe they're bracelets or something. And then obviously, yeah, we've got lots of gems. And that really shines with my studio light, I have to say. But yeah, this was the first one that I made and I absolutely love it. And then the last one I'm going to show you, I can't even think what this one is. Oh, this is another favourite of mine. How could I forget what this one was? Okay, so the very first idea I had when it come to doing this was a potions classroom / storeroom. It was very fiddly, very, very fiddly, but I am so pleased with the result and I'll talk you through it now. So on this side, we have got some, obviously we've got the shelving again. Well, they're shelves and that's a floor. So let's start with this side actually. I made the world's tiniest chair and table. So we have a nice desk. On the desk, it's so hard to keep this in focus with it being so small, hang on. On the desk, we've got a wand and we also have a witch's hat. Underneath the floorboards, we've got a bit of lichen, whatever it is, and a pumpkin that I made out of clay. The table and chair are made out of cardboard and no it's not, it's made out of matchsticks. The legs are like matchsticks, sorry. The chair bit that you sit on and the desktop, they're cardboard. The legs on everything are matchsticks and obviously I just painted it up. And then on this side, we have some potion bottles on the top shelf that are just made out of beads and I just used that really sticky tacky glue to stick it together. This is meant to be a philosopher's stone. I just saw this bead and was like, yes please, that looks like a philosopher's stone. We've got some books on the next shelf down, which are quite simple to make. Obviously, again, I'm sure I'll do them again in another DIY on these walnuts and show you how I did it. And the scrolls as well. They were even easier to make. And I did age them by putting a tea bag. So I just put tea bag in water, got a little brush, and yeah, it just ages them, makes them a bit brown. And then again, under this shelf, or floor, it's not a floorboard, it is a shelf, but we've got a little toadstool and some more of that lichen stuff. I hope you were able to see them well. Again, it's really hard to show miniature, really, really hard. I think trying to film me doing this isn't going to be massively easy, but I will do my best. I'll make it work. So yeah, that'll be coming up at some point. I think, again, there's so many ideas in my head of what I want to do, but with Harry Potter, you've got a lot you can do. I know I've done a Niffler, but you can do all the magical beasts. We could do a Quidditch related one. We could do different classes. We can do ones themed around certain characters, our favourite characters. I'm going to be quite busy doing these over the course of this year, definitely, and probably years to come. The next one I make, I am going to, I will promise, I promise, I will do it in a video. And it's something that maybe I could keep bringing to the channel. I probably won't film every single one, but I will keep you updated on my DIY collection of these walnuts. Who thinks they're a fab idea though? I'm obsessed, absolutely obsessed. Even like coming away from Harry Potter and magical, like I've done a ghost one. There's so many different things you could do. I mean, Alice in Wonderland, that's one that I would like to do. Oh, there's so much. I can't think off the top of my head. I do have a list somewhere on my phone, in my notes, a nice list of walnut creations. But yeah, that is it. I just wanted to share that with you guys and let me know if you do. I am doing it anyway, but let me know who's excited to see exactly how I make these. But I shall speak to you all in my next video. Bye, Poppets.